Today we're going to be talking about Pixar movies. What are the ones that make you laugh? What are the ones that make you cry? Get ready to talk the 10 best Pixar movies. Welcome to Loren's Adventures Out There. I'm Loren, and I'm with Castle Capes and Clones, where we discuss everything in the Disney universe. Be sure to subscribe and hit the bell for notifications. And also, please do like this post. So let's talk the 10 best Pixar movies. Now, please note, these are my opinions. So if you have a different set of best Pixar movies, share it in the comments. But please don't hate me if you disagree. All right, on we go. So at number 10 is Onward. Honestly, I felt like Onward got a bad rap because of COVID-19. Like, it just was in the theater for like a couple weeks, and then it had to leave the theaters, and people didn't really talk about it that much. And it's a shame because, it's a good film. I was afraid at first of the advertising because I just didn't get it. But then when I did see it, I saw a really great film about two brothers and their relationship, and they're wanting to spend time with their father for just one more day. And having lost my father recently, I can totally understand that sentiment. So I definitely related to the film in many ways. I felt the world building was really creative. I love the way that they kind of incorporated all of these magical creatures into the regular world. And, I got to slow down the film a little bit to see some of the inside jokes that they have there now that it's playing on Disney Plus. And this is a really great film. For me, it's one of my favorites. So it's at the 10th spot. It's not my complete favorite, but it's definitely up there. At number 9 is Cars. At first, when I first watched this film, I didn't like it. But then when I watched actually the extras, and I began to appreciate the fact that this is about Route 66 culture. And I watched it again on that basis. And I really got it. I got the fact that it's about living a slower life when, we're in this world where we are rushing and we don't get to really appreciate the finer things. And then they take this character that is high intensity, puts him into a slow neighborhood, and what comes out of it is that he really begins to appreciate his life. And I think that that's a wonderful message. And I love Cars, and I love going to Cars Land at California Adventure. It's a great little land there. And so it's at number 9 for me. At number 8 is Toy Story 2. I love this movie because it introduced Jessie, who is one of my favorite Toy Story characters. I actually like this movie better than the original movie. I think that it stepped up the game in terms of Toy Story, and it found a new perspective in the world of toys. It's kind of this fear of abandonment, especially with Jessie and her song. Just a really beautiful movie that has a lot of heart. Also, the film gets me questioning whether I should open up a toy or keep it mint in box. I always feel guilty when I leave it in mint in box because I keep thinking it should be played with. At number 7 is Ratatouille. The film tied with Michael Giacchino's fantastic score. Really makes you feel like you are in the world of rats, and the rats scurrying around, and this is really an interesting perspective. But the film really isn't about being a rat per se, but about friendship and cooking and respect and things like that that I thought were great messages. The one thing about it is that this film comes as close to a cooking movie as you could. Actually, it is one of the best cooking movies, and I just think about that ratatouille that they serve Ego at the end of the movie, and it takes him back to being a little boy. But you can smell that ratatouille. It's quite amazing what they were able to do with food in this film, and so great film. I love it. Number 7. At number 6 is Finding Nemo. This is such a wonderful film about a father and son. Now, Marlin would literally move continents, or really swim oceans, obviously, to save his son. The addition of Dory is fantastic. She adds that comedic element that is needed for the film. Uh, one of Ellen DeGeneres' best roles, and I think she would agree with that as well. That said, she really does play a role in getting Marlon to breathe a little bit and appreciate the world around him, that it's not this entirely dangerous and scary place that he believed it to be. And so she really played a big part in that. Just a fantastic film. The ocean just looks so blue, and the way that they animated all the sea life, just amazing. An amazing film. At number 5 is Toy Story 3, which is my favorite of the Toy Story films. Toy Story 3 really managed to improve both on the first film and the second film, and I love the second film so much. It had a lot of heart, and it brought really clenching dramatic moments to the film. I think it was the perfect ending of a life cycle for toys with one owner, with Andy, and being passed on to Bonnie. We saw uh, from the days of when Andy got Buzz Lightyear to when he was being traded off to Bonnie. And it was a beautiful moment. If you didn't cry during that last scene, you are inhuman. At number 4 is Coco. What a wonderfully imaginative film set against the backdrop of Dia de los Muertos. It's an absolutely beautiful film about family and remembering your family, your ancestors. The music is absolutely beautiful. It really is a character uh, in the film, from the score to all the songs that were written. They used several uh, Mexican instruments to really bring to life this movie that is set in the heart of the Mexican land of the dead. I just thought it was wonderful the way that they incorporated Latino culture into the film. And if you didn't cry when Miguel sang Remember Me to his Mama Coco, you are inhuman. And number 3 is The Incredibles. This has got to be one of the best superhero films of all time. At least it is the best Fantastic Four film that you'll see. It's better than any of the Fantastic Four films out there. It gets it. It is about family and relationships. uh, just as much as it is about being a superhero team. It really is about being that team, being that family, and just this wonderful, wonderful film. And Edna Mode is incredible, pun intended, as being the stylist to the superhero community. She adds such a great comedic element to the film. So, a great film overall. Number two is Inside Out. I think of all of the films, all of the Pixar films, that this is my spirit film. I tend to suffer from depression and anxiety, and the character of sadness really has helped me to understand that my being sad is not a bad thing, that I'm not abnormal for being sad. And really, she has been such a spirit character for me. I know people always say, "No, but you're so cheerful." But there is that depressive side to me that she really represents, and has really, I, I cannot express to you how much she has really helped me out with dealing with my depression. And for that, I will always be appreciative. I outside of that, I love the world building. You know, having the headquarters on one side of the memory dump, and having all these islands of personality and all of that. I just thought that it was so amazing. But if you did not cry when Bing Bong faded away, you are inhuman. And number one is Up. I love Up for the first few minutes of the film where we get to see the relationship between Carl and Ellie in the married life suite. Just such a fantastic, it's fantastic storytelling. No dialogue, just music and animation, and that's all you needed for that. And I thought it was just brilliant, brilliant storytelling. The rest of the film is amazing. I love the fact that Russell is an Asian American boy when he didn't have to be an Asian American. They could have easily made that character white, but they chose to make him Asian American, and I think that he that really adds to the texture of the character. It's got high flying adventure, but it's also got a lot of heart. And it's most of all, it's about not giving up on your dreams. And how could you hate that? So there you are, the 10 best Pixar films. Again, if you disagree with me, it is okay to disagree with me. Just don't hate me for it. I would love to hear from you. I would love for you to tell me what your 10 best Pixar films are. Leave them in the comments below. I would love to hear from you if you disagree with me too. Again, just please don't send hate messages. Please remember to subscribe and hit the bell for notifications. And please do like this post. You can reach us on Twitter at CCC Disney Uni, or me personally at LoJav. And please visit our website at www.castlescapesandclones.com. Thanks so much for joining me. See you later. Bye.